What's going on, guys? Sizzle here, back with another video. I kicked COVID's ass. I'm 100% healthy again, cleared to go to auctions, yard sales, all that stuff. Sorry to make a video for a week, but being down with the COVID, I wasn't able to get out and source, so I didn't really have any good content for you guys. But we're back this week. We're gonna have a busy week. We're gonna be catching up on things, but today's video isn't really about my business or anything like that. It's something to help everybody out that's doing the eBay thing. So there's a new rule with eBay where they're going to send everybody a 1099K form. Now I know there's a lot of talk on these Facebook pages and just like a lot of buzz around the reseller community about what this means for you and all that. So that's what I'm here to clear up a few things, and let's get right into it. So first off, 1099K form, a lot of you might not even know what that is. All of us have got W-2s. I'm sure we've all worked regular jobs. At least 99% of the people watching this video have got a W-2. A 1099K form is just like a W-2. It's a one-page form, and it'll just be from eBay, and it'll have a breakdown of 12 months. It looks like a W-2, and then it'll say January, February, March, April, and it'll say all the money you collected for each of those 12 months. So if you've got $10,000 in sales in complete revenue, everything in January, it's going to say that on the form for January. And then if you sold $12,000 in February, it's going to say that on the form. And then at the end, it's going to have the total of all the transactions that you made on that platform. So that's just the start to what you're going to need to do the taxes. And I've been filing taxes on eBay since 2014 or 2013. Yeah, 2013. So this is nothing new for me. I've been doing this for several years. But for people that haven't sold over 20,000 in the past, because that was the line where they made the 1099K before. If you sold over $20,000 or had over 200 transactions, they would send you this form. Now, if you have over $600, they're going to send you this form. So that means almost everybody watching this video is going to get a 1099K form for 2022 if you're actively selling on eBay, because you only need to sell like $100 a month or less, actually way less, to get this form. But what I want you to understand first and foremost, this isn't eBay making some strict rule or trying to be hard on the resellers. This is the IRS, your lovely money-grubbing government. But we're not going to get started on government. Not at all. But this is the IRS. This is not eBay. So don't get mad at eBay because you're getting this stupid 1099K form. And don't be scared. It's not a big deal. I'm going to ease your mind a little bit with this video. The main thing I want you to do is don't quit. I'm on a bunch of Facebook eBay pages, and people are saying that, oh, they're going to quit reselling because of this 1099K form. I'm sorry, but that's like the dumbest shit. Yeah, that just pisses me off. Like, if you want to be a reseller and you want to run your own business and be an entrepreneur of sorts, you don't quit. We don't have quit. That's not even in my vocabulary. We don't quit. So you're going to figure this out. You're going to make this work. And believe me when I say it's not that big of a deal. So you're going to get this 1099K form at the end of 2022. Other things you're going to need is good records. You want to do all good record keeping. So the main thing is your spending, right? You're going to want to keep track, because now we have our sales totals on this 1099K form. You're going to want to keep track of all your spending that's related to your business. So what I like to do is use my Notes app. Every time, I always have my phone on me. The Notes app is backed up to my iCloud. So every time I go to a thrift store, as soon as I get back in the car, I just write down the date that I was at Goodwill, and then I spent, say, $100, and I use my debit card. So I'll just write, January 21st, 2022, Goodwill, $100 debit. And that's it. That's my line item for that. And then, say, the next day I go to a yard sale, or I go yard sailing, and I spend $60 at 2 yard sales. So then I'll put, January 28th, yard sales, $60 cash. So, and then I'm using a business bank account. Anytime I swipe a debit card for anything business related, it's a business bank account. At the end of the year, I get the 12 statements from my business bank account, which has all my spending related to the business that I used my debit card for. And then I use my Notes app. I go through and I look at every line item that says cash. I add all that up. So now I know I spent X amount of dollars on my debit card for business purchases and supplies and things of that nature. And then I spent X amount of dollars in cash. So now we've tracked all the money going out, and the 1099K shows us all the money coming in. It's that simple. This is all the information that you need to give your accountant. They might have a few questions, they might ask for a few more forms, but it's not hard at all. So you want to get a business bank account because you don't want to be using your personal bank account for business transactions and personal transactions, because then at the end of the year when you get these 12 bank statements and you have to go through and decipher like what was related to business and what was related to your personal expenses, it becomes a nightmare. You're probably not going to catch every line item that's a tax write-off, so you're going to end up losing money by not getting a business bank account. I honestly recommend getting the LLC and a business bank account, but that's a different video. You don't really have to do that. That's just something I would do if I was in your shoes and I wanted to be a full-time reseller. And you want to track your mileage. The government is very, very nice when it comes to the mileage payoff. You get 55 cents a mile, right? So if you put 10,000 miles on your car related to reselling, now you have a $5,500 tax write-off. So if your gross profits were $30,000 for the year, that's $5,500 of that money you made that you don't have to spend, or that you don't have, it's not taxable. That they take the $5,500 off your taxable income. So keep track of the mileage. I know there's apps that do this. I personally just have a work vehicle, so I got 100% write-off for that vehicle, and then I have a secondary vehicle. But my wife has a nice newer car, so we use her car for almost all of our personal expenses. So all of our personal like mileage and things of that nature. So I'm able to write off 100% of my work vehicle and then I write off 70% of my other vehicle, because I do use that to run packages. Sometimes I'll take it to the auction. Every once in a while my work vehicle will be broke down for a week or two before I get in the shop. So I do put a lot of mileage on my personal vehicle, and I keep track of all that stuff. Okay guys, bear with me. We just got a couple more things we want to talk about. This is important if you're worried about the 1099K form. There's other write-offs you're going to want to track. You want to keep track. You could pay your cell phone bill, and you want to keep track of how much your cell phone costs each month, so you can write that off. Any space you're using. So when I was working out of my spare bedroom, we had like a 1,500 square foot house, and I was able to write off a percentage of my rent payment at that time for like the 300 square foot I was using for my business. So I was able to write off that percentage of my rent. So it was a tax write-off just for the space I was using. If you're using a storage unit facility and it costs you $100 a month, that's a tax write-off. If you have a warehouse like I do, this is $650 a month for me, and that's a tax write-off for me. So that's almost $8,000 a year I'm spending on my warehouse, and I get to write all that off of my taxable income. And other things you're going to want to keep track of, obviously, is supplies. If you're buying boxes, tape, all that stuff. Any shelving that you buy for your business. Basically, any kind of stuff you need to keep your business growing or scale your business. Even totes to put your stuff in. If you go to Walmart and buy totes and cleaning supplies and stuff for your business, you do that with your business bank account, so that way it's logged in as a business expense. So we pretty much talked about everything we need to talk about. This is all you need to do, and I hope after that you're not stressed out. Maybe you feel a little bit better about this and realize it is a little bit more simple than maybe you're making it out to be. So what I want to say is, don't be scared. I mean, I know that change and things that are new and things that you've never done before scare you, but when you're a little bit scared, that's when you're outside of your comfort zone a little bit. That's when you grow. That's when you become a better person. You have to overcome adversities in life. We don't just quit every time a little speed bump comes in the road, and that's all this is for you, is a little speed bump in your reselling business. And if you want to scale your business to a high level, you are going to have to deal with this at some time anyway. In the past, if you got up over $20,000 in sales, you're going to get 1099K form anyway. So this is just going to be affecting a lot more sellers than it had in the past. But honestly, don't be scared. This is not a big deal. It's not that hard. After you do it this year, you're going to be like, wow, what was I so scared about? I just gave my accountant 5 or 6 pieces of paper, and she asked me a few questions, and I sat down in her office for 30 minutes, and boom, you're done. Your taxes are done. It's not that big of a deal. You might have to pay an accountant to do your taxes. Personally, my accountant charges me $440 to do my taxes for this business one time a year. So you might have to have a higher tax fee than you're used to paying as far as getting your taxes done the right way. So keep that in mind and maybe start saving up for those kind of fees. Another thing you need to understand is when I was first starting this business and growing it, say I would sell like $80,000 in a year, but I spent so much money on inventory and scaling the business, and I got so many tax write-offs from the government that my wife and I were still getting huge tax refunds for year after year after year, even when I was selling well into the six figures. So just these past couple years is when I finally had to start paying in, because my profits just got large to where I do have to pay in. So the next thing I want to say is I'm not a tax professional. I'm giving you guys generalizations, general advice, things that you can kind of build on. So if you have any real questions, you can drop a comment below. I'll do my best to help. But you need to consult a tax professional or a CPA. You need to have somebody in your corner that you can ask these questions to, and that will help you along with this process. Okay, and the last thing I want to talk about. Now, the reason I made this video is because I'm on Facebook groups that pertain to eBay sellers. The amount of negativity I've seen surrounding this and the amount of people I've seen say they were going to quit because of this, it really does make my blood boil. But at the end of the day, if people want to quit reselling on eBay, that's better for me and you, because they're quitters. They gave up and they're gone. They're off the platform. So that's more traffic for me and you. That's more sales for me and you. So if you want to quit, that's on you, and peace. See ya. But it is what it is. But what I want to say is avoid the negativity. Don't listen to these naysayers. Don't listen to the haters. The problem is there's so many people that are negative out there, and it can tend to rub off on us. That's why I don't even watch the news anymore, because there's so much negativity that it just tends to change you as a person just by being exposed to the amount of negativity and bad things going on in the world. So I try to rid myself of as much of this negativity as I can. I try to be a positive person and think of things positively at all times. I'm definitely an optimist. I always see the glass half full. So that's what I'm trying to tell you guys to do here today. Don't fall into that negativity trap. And you might have a friend that's negative, that's another reseller, and they're talking mad crap about this new rule, but just let that roll off your back. You do you. You do what's best for you, and you keep your business going. So the best thing you can do for your business is track your records like we just talked about. Get ready for this 1099K form, and don't be scared of it. It's just a bump in the road. You can do it. You're a grown adult. You can handle this. You can do it. You can do it, buddy. You can do it. But the last thing I want to do is leave you with a quote by Winston Churchill that kind of pertains to what we're talking about today. A pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. So that goes along with what we've said in this video. Sometimes life is hard. Sometimes you get rule changes that you don't necessarily like or you're not comfortable with. But what do? We roll up our sleeves, we roll with the punches, and we go to work. We don't make excuses. We don't quit. And that's really all I got to say today. But keep your head up. Good luck with your sales. I appreciate you guys watching this video. If you haven't subscribed already, do that. And if you actually made it this far in the video and you're seeing this part, I really appreciate it, because I know it's hard to get to the end of these videos sometimes because it's just me rambling on for 10 or 12 minutes. But thanks again for watching. Until next time, peace.